Okay, today I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to measure your horse for a blanket or a sheet. There's two distinct ways of measuring blankets, and manufacturers all pretty much use the same type of measurement system. They come with a 2-inch increment measurement, so it's called the US measuring. That runs, say, 68, 70, 72, 74. Then we also have the European cut system. Those measure in 3-inch increments, so it would be a 69, a 72, a 75, a 78, like that. The reason that they do that is because the 3-inch increment blankets have a big panel in the front, and it allows for a much more adjustable fit for the horses. You can fit, if you get a 69-inch blanket, it will fit horses that measure 68, 69, or 70. If you're buying the type of blanket that is measured in 2-inch increments, it's measured to fit. If you get a 68-inch measurement on your, say you get a 69-inch measurement on your horse, and you've had a 68-inch blanket before, and it's running a little bit shy on him, then you would go with a 70 to get more of a drape. And it becomes a matter of personal preference as to how far back on the blanket you want the horse to go, because the front end tends to be quite adjustable for a lot of horses. In one of our blankets from Schneider's, and they have an adjust-to-fit patch up here where you can pull that up and cinch the neck a little bit tighter for some of the more slender-necked breeds. But the blanket themselves are all measured from the same place. In the 2-inch increment blankets, or what we call the stable blanket measuring, it starts here in the center of the chest, right smack in the middle, goes straight across the horse and around the back until you get to the edge of where the tail comes down. So you don't want to cover the tail, you'll stop just shy of the tail. This measurement right here, center of the chest, across the horse to the edge of the tail, is what we're going to use if our blankets are coming in 2-inch increments, 68, 70, 72, etc. A lot of people buy a 68-inch blanket liner. Then they buy a 69-inch turnout sheet, and it swims on the horse, and they don't understand why. Well, I'm going to explain that to you. The 3-inch increment blankets, or European cuts, are for our turnouts. Those are measured from the same starting point, center of the chest. It goes across the horse, but it stops here at the end of the horse. It does not wrap around, because your turnouts have tail flaps, and generally you don't need to come around to wrap the back of the horse. So these measurements are going to stop here, and that eliminates a pretty good gap from the back end, which is why if you were to take a 68-inch blanket liner, you would more than likely be wearing a 66-inch turnout. So you can see that with the two different measurements, you need to know where you're going to measure it from. So if it's 2-inch, center of the chest to the edge of the tail, and if it's in 3-inch increments, center of the chest to the end of the horse. And that's it. No mystery.